Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kareen and I am the Offcut Crafter. Today I am showing you how I upholstered and kind of refreshed this piano bench. It was a really fun project for me to do. Most of the hard work came in sourcing the materials. So for example, getting a match to something new that would match the top of the bench, getting these all the hardware replaced, getting the stain that matched. You'd think it was a black stain, it's not a black stain. That was the hardest thing to find. I did eventually find a stain that matched. Dulux did a ebony stain, which I got for about £10 off Amazon, which was great. And then there was a few bits to replace, like at the bottom here there's a missing panel. I found some little treats inside when I turned it over, and ended up taking the rest of the panels off to get that out. And obviously I needed to replace one of the slats anyway because that was missing. So my trick here was to just tease the panels off. They needed scuff sanding as well and restaining, so I didn't want to just ruin them, because obviously I didn't want to have to replace the whole thing. And the idea is that when we upcycle or we recycle or we refresh or we redo, we use exactly what came and we put it all back together again, just looking a little bit more newer, more fresh. So yeah, so inside here it'll give you, oh look, there's my little shark hoover, love that. So on the inside, after I managed to prise this open, which did take a while, as you can see I've had to speed through this video, so apologise for the angle and for the lighting, because it's not, I don't have a workspace, it's just my house. So yeah, so after I got the slats off, I found what was hidden underneath, a little bit of hidden treasure, and this is a newspaper, a couple of pages from a newspaper, and it will give you some idea on the time and how old this piano bench is. So I was quite shocked to find that. I did eventually put that back in when I was finished, because I thought it was quite nice to have that stay there. So yeah, it's from 1952, so you can imagine how old this piano bench is. And the client did tell me that the piano bench has been in the family for a very long time and it had a lot of sentimental value. So I really wanted to keep that and make sure that when I restored this piano bench, that it looked pretty much the same, just newer or brand new, or a bit like when it was first bought. So the client hadn't actually seen any of this yet. They didn't even know about it. I hadn't told them. This 100-page songbook I did put back in the bench, but I didn't hide it behind. I don't actually know how that had managed to fall behind anyway, like the newspaper, but I did put the newspaper back in under the slat and close that back up. But all in all, it's in pretty good shape, to be fair. So considering that newspaper was from 1952, I don't know how old the bench actually is. But yeah, so once I replaced the panels and I put everything in, but now onto the nitty gritty stuff, which is the bit I love. It's the cleaning it all up. I did have this hanging around in the storeroom while I was trying to source all of the materials to make sure that I could put it all together as it should be. So it did take me a while. I did have this waiting for about a year to get done. But yeah, so I finally got around to doing it, and the first things first is to get all of that grime, all that dirt, all that mould off with just kind of some sugar soap and some warm water. The stain that I've got is anti-mould, and all that sort of stuff that comes with the stain, so that's really good. So I wouldn't have to do much with the stain once that was put on, but I did get this all cleaned down, which was my favourite part. So once that was all clean, and then I decided to scuff sand it all, so just give it a little sand. I did have to use a hand grit. I do have a circle sander and a mouse sander. I use a mouse sander for the underneath of it to get that all nice and ready for a new recoating. So yeah, as you can see, here's me just giving it a little sand on those round dowel ends, which obviously I didn't want to go too hard because I didn't want it to lose any shape or any form or anything like that. I just wanted to make sure that the new stain would stick to it. Here's me taking off that old hardware that had completely broken down and come off. In order to replace these, I couldn't find anything that matched, so they did have to be brand new, but I did end up getting some gold ones that matched the kind of the clasp on the front. So as you can see here, here's me just pulling away that old trim. It was old, it's falling apart in my hands. So to reupholster this, I did have to take out quite a lot of nails, but they were pretty easy to come out. I just used a little chisel, and then that got a whole new piece of fabric laid on top with some new foam as well, because that just needed replacing. So yeah, once that was all done, I did the bottom one. Here's me just replacing that panel. I thought I had some pine left over, but I had this, I don't know what material it is, I think it's just some old pine or something, but that was just hanging around, so it was perfect size to fit, to be fair. So I just cut out that shape, and I did that whole piece because I know there was another piece there, but I did the whole piece. So that got a new sand, it got stained. I did stain it again once more after that. I know it doesn't match here, but I wasn't too bothered about it because you don't really see it, it's on the floor, and it will eventually catch up to the level that the other panels are at. So here it is. This is with the stain on. I didn't film any part of me staining this. To be fair, it is just quite exhaustive work when you're having to film everything and every piece and of the process. But yeah, I was really chuffed with how well the stain matched the old stuff. So like I said, that was an ebony stain, and here's the new piece panel, the new hardware for the seat. But yeah, all in all, really chuffed with how this turned out. This is the fabric that I sourced from my friend, which was perfect. Basically, you couldn't even tell really how different it is from the old one that was on there. But yeah, I've just given it another life. So thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe, helps to support my channel further. Follow me on all socials at The Offcut Crafter.